And welcome back to another episode of CNN with your boy, Chris Sims. And who's this?
Nolan Miller.
Oh.
Episode what?
I think 17.
Interesting. What have you been up to, sir?
Just working away, loving the summer. I'm going to get a tattoo tomorrow. Finally committed. I was like, I need more ink.
What number is this?
This is number 4. Yeah.
Number 4, dang. So it really is an addiction.
It is, yeah. It seriously is an addiction. I was trying to do 1 tattoo a month, but, some other things came up, so I wasn't really able to spend money on tattoos. But for sure, gonna get my sleeve in the winter.
Right or left arm?
Right arm, baby.
Okay.
We'll get more into details when I actually get that.
For sure.
And then also Cedar's in town, I believe. Boys coming in from Alabama. I haven't seen him.
Roll Tide.
Fuck Alabama. But I haven't seen him in a while. It would be nice to hang out with him. Hopefully get to hang out with him on Friday. And then Saturday is the reunion.
Oh, is that why he's coming back to town?
Well, that and I think his birthday is the 18th of July.
Oh, okay, fair. It is, yeah. I remember it being around there. What's the 5-year reunion, huh?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
I think we're going to...
We talked about this a little bit.
I think we did. Beach and then bars.
Like Des Moines bars? Or
apparently I want to go to Whiskey River.
Oh, in Ankeny?
In Ankeny.
Okay.
But I think Cedar might try to do something else. So I was like, we might just get some boys and just...
yeah, for sure. It's like, cool to see everybody, but the real reason why I'm back is for the boys, obviously.
Yeah.
The
boys are back in town.
It's Saturday, first off.
It's for the boys.
As far as I'm concerned, every day is for the boys.
Let's be honest. Just crack some coors with the boys.
Damn right.
Damn straight. What's going on with you, baby?
Not just working, doing my own thing, but I kind of haven't been working, like full-time summer hours per se, if you will. So I've kind of had some more downtime of watching Hulu or Netflix. I've kind of been learning some web development type stuff because I want to get some more skills that I don't have under my belt, just because it's fun for the most part, learning HTML code and stuff. But
that's all over my head.
Yeah, for sure. But it's web design and stuff and learning how to build websites. I think that's kind of the thing right now, I would say. A lot of people know how to program, but if you know a specific skill, then that's a good thing as well.
Find your niche.
Yeah, exactly. So but yeah, just watching Hulu and Netflix, and I feel like when I was sick during school, elementary school or high school and stuff, I would always either watch music videos when MTV was a thing, or I often found myself watching Scrubs. I don't know if you ever watched Scrubs.
I did not watch Scrubs.
Really?
But when I was sick, I'd watch Walker, Texas Ranger.
Really?
Chuck Norris.
Is that the right title? Isn't Texas Walker?
I thought it was Walker, Texas Ranger. I'll look it up.
All right, look it up.
So I don't look like a fucking fool.
Okay, so yeah, that's cool though. That's cool. Yeah. But I watched Scrubs a lot, I guess, and I started to restart the whole series. There was 8 or 9 seasons that I had no idea about. What's it say?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's what. Damn right.
Damn right.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, so I have restarted Scrubs, and I've also restarted Workaholics. I've seen Workaholics multiple times, but it's such a funny show because Adam or whatever is from Iowa. He identifies from Iowa.
Oh, okay.
I think he's from
Dubuque.
Council Bluffs.
Oh, Council Bluffs.
Okay. So what's up?
No,
here we are. We're repping probably one of the most famous people from Iowa besides Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so I've been in Workaholics is a funny, stupid show, but it's so good.
And it's funny that you say you've been rewatching Workaholics because I just watched a movie last night called Game Over, Man.
Yeah, I've seen that, bro.
Very raunchy.
It's yeah, it was. It was it was almost kind of a Quentin Tarantino film, kind of in a way where it was gruesome. Just gruesome, just fake blood and but it was a good movie.
Well, yeah.
My initial thoughts, I thought it was when I first heard about it. Keith told me about it actually. I thought it was a Workaholics movie.
All right.
I didn't realize that it was its own thing. it's the three of them together because they're like the three me-gops or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I thought it was at first like a Workaholics movie, but it was just a regular movie with the same three characters. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hilarious.
There's a lot of actors and
a bunch
people
of
that just was it I don't remember. Cameo appearances. There it is.
I like those type of movies that like, they're all themselves. Like, what was it? This Is the End. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
James Franco and all, like, Hermione Granger's in there too, Emma Watson. And
It's
like,
been a while since I've seen that.
yeah, I don't think it's not a very good movie, but like everybody's themselves, and I love that.
Yeah.
Which like I feel like those type of actors, like the workaholic characters, and like James Franco and like all those crew, I feel like they're acting right, but I feel like that's exactly who they are every single day of the week. You know what I mean? Like Blake from the guy with the frizzy hair from Workaholics, like. Mm-hmm. That's literally just who he is, just a goofy little white kid. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Life, man.
Just, what are we talking about today?
I think we're talking about accidents, I believe. Oh, no, Wipeouts.
No, not accidents.
Because accidents,
Wipeouts.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so just to start things off, kind of the reason why we've been missing for a little while. Your boy, yours truly,
Nolan Miller,
had a pretty significant wipeout, but I'll explain later why I kind of put quotations around the word significant wipeout. But on June 23rd, today's what? July 11th. So on June 23rd, about 3 weeks, almost a month. Nah, about 3 weeks. On the last podcast, we talked about me doing a bike ride, 50-mile bike ride, right?
Hell yeah.
And for a charity or whatever, and I had a pretty nasty wipeout on that ride. And we were about 1 mile away. I'm not going to get super into detail, but like we were like 1 mile away from the turnaround point because we were riding the whole trail. We were riding the whole trail, which is a 25-mile trail, so we were going to ride 25 miles, turn around, and so we started and stopped at the same spot. We were about 1 mile away from the halfway point. Long story short, I was crossing a road, like an actual street road, not just a bike trail, but a street road, a gravel road, and we popped out of the trees, and I got T-boned by a truck. The story goes that when I got hit by the truck, I rolled up onto the hood. When he stopped, I rolled off. And I was wearing a helmet. Thank God. We always wear helmets when we ride. Always wear a helmet when you ride a bike, kids. It's literally a lifesaver. Like, it's the truest thing. And, like, I hate that argument with helmets that, like, you look like an idiot. Like, no, you don't. I, like, literally saves your life. Like, that, like... At the end of the day, that's what it's there for. Like,
and if you think it looks stupid, just sticker bomb that shit.
Yeah, who cares if you look stupid? Like, yeah. But so, anyways, got hit by a truck, whatever. No broken bones, no concussions. I'm alive, so I guess that's a plus. I can continue on to making this podcast and everything.
It's your Jordan here.
Yeah, Jordan here. Yeah, I mean that's probably the only reason why that like I'm still alive is because it was. If I was 22, probably not.
Yeah, no.
But, and I was also told that, well, this is me telling myself about this, that the only reason why the truck was okay was because it was a Chevy. If it was any other type of truck, they probably would have exploded from hitting my rock hard calves or like anything like that.
Would have just destroyed that engine.
But yeah, so like I put the quotes on significant because like that was probably the most traumatic event in my life. But since it happened to you, like me myself, I feel like it wasn't that big of a deal because like I'm fine. Yeah. Like I came out of escape. Like I still have scrapes and stuff. I had like scrapes in my head, scrapes on my knees, scrapes on my legs, scrapes on my shoulder. But like just road rash from gravel. Like whatever. Yeah. But other than that, like I'm fine. Like I'm 100% fine. So like the significant to me, like I'm good. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But like outside looking in, like. I didn't watch it happen, which that is like one thing that I'm glad because like my buddy Blake and Connor both saw it happen, and that was like, I'm assuming pretty traumatic for them and like all the people around me that were there. But like for me, it was just kind of like, okay, it happened, like let's deal with it, like this is what's gonna, these are the next steps that happen. Rode in an ambulance, they took me to hospital, had to do MRIs, had to get x-rays on my stuff, like blessed, brother. So, I guess since we had this traumatic event that we just decided to do a whole segment or a whole episode on some like nasty wipeouts that we've encountered in our lifetimes. What's one of your good old
so I
wipeouts?
I wasn't hit by a car.
Okay.
But a car is involved.
Oh.
So me, back in my stupid days, I think I was 18.
Good
This
year.
was before I had a longboard. So, I was riding a cheap-ass plastic penny board. And, I was like...
Explain a penny board.
A penny board is a very small board, about yay big if you're watching this. I would say a foot, maybe a foot and a half.
Yeah.
That's about right size. Really hard to turn. You have to literally lift up on the back tail to turn most of them. They're not very longboardy, if you will. They're more skateboard.
Yeah, see, when when I first saw a penny board in real life, I thought it was like a fake. Like, I thought it was like literally a toy.
Yeah.
Until I got older, where people like actually ride those things like on the regular.
Yeah.
That I never because you put your foot on it and that's it.
That's it.
Like you can barely put both feet on.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that it was a real thing, but that's wild. So anyways,
Well, I personally think that penny boards are a waste of money.
Okay, why?
I mean, because might as well get a Z-Flex or something more.
What's a Z-Flex?
A Z-Flex
is it bigger?
A little bigger.
Okay.
But it moves like a longboard. So I was just whipped through people on campus on that bitch.
Okay.
Anyways. So I got the good idea to sketch behind one of my friend's cars.
What is sketching?
It's where you hold on to the back of a car and they go as fast as they want or whatever. Like you let go.
As fast as they can, yeah.
And then you let go whenever you feel like, oh, I've had my...
Okay.
It's basically like hijacking or like hitchhiking on a skateboard, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Or like when snowboarders are like, I mean, not me, but when you're like a good snowboarder, like you set up stuff on streets or whatnot, and they have a snowmobile or whatever, and they like hang on to get a bunch of speed so that they can hit the ramp. Okay, yeah,
exactly like that.
All right, so except different because we're not professional snowboarders.
Yeah, no, we're not. So, anyways, Eric Johnson gets in his car. I hold on to the back of his car. And I do one little round. I'm like, all right, that was cool. And then another kid's like, oh, let me try.
Of course.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tell you how it's done. So we're going. He's going about 20.
Both of you are riding on the back. Oh my god.
He's got one penny board. I got the other.
Okay.
And I'm like, Eric's getting up to like 25 miles per hour. And I'm talking to this kid. I'm like, all right, you want to keep your body weight low. You want to basically look and make sure you don't hit any potholes. And then literally, as soon as I said that, I hit a pothole. Board goes flying out from under me. My hands leave. I started like skimming on my left side of my body.
Just across the pavement?
Across the pavement.
Yep.
Short sleeve. Tore through my shirt. Gave me some pretty good wounds that are still there.
You do have scars, don't you?
Yeah. And so I had to keep my head up too because I wasn't wearing a helmet. I was being stupid.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I was like literally sliding on the left side of my body and trying to keep my head up and trying to keep me away from damaging anything else. And then I finally stopped. I got up and I just ran to the side of the street and I had scars on my hands. My left side of my shoe was all torn up.
How far do you think you skid? Wait a second. Is it skidded or is it scud? Or what is the...
I would say skidded.
But that sounds so stupid.
It does sound stupid. Should I just say skid?
Scud.
Scud. Alright, whatever.
I
scud. At least probably 5 feet. I don't know. It's like... Everything like slowed down and I was like... Jesus fucking Christ. And then...
Bro, that's the thing about like... When people ask me about like when I got hit... They're like, what happened? And I was like, bro. They're like, did you get knocked out or anything? I was like, no. I was like I was awake the whole time. And they're like, what happened then? I was like, I have no fucking clue. Mm-hmm. Literally, I got hit by a truck, The next thing I know, I'm sitting on my fucking ass. Like, that's it. Like, like literally, in a blink of an eye or snap of a finger, whatever, phrase you want to use, like, 1 second you're fine, the next second you're sitting on your ass. Like, it's just boom. Like, it literally happens that fast.
So, yeah. I walked back to my house. Had some friends take some pictures of the injuries and put it on Instagram.
Of course.
Still on Instagram.
Of course.
Go check it out. Chris_Sam.
There we go.
Instagram. But yeah, that's probably one of my most significant wipeouts I've ever actually had because I still have scars and that's fucking hurt.
That's pretty wicked, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this segment, what's that proper word? Where it happens repeatingly. This reoccurring segment on pretty much all of our episodes. Now, I don't know if you've listened to any of our podcasts in recent.
I think one of my favorite ones is either like the presence one. Like I think I've heard that episode.
Okay.
I think that might be 14. I can't remember. Okay. But I've listened to some of them. Oh. I mean, I think I've heard the pet peeves.
Yeah, it's a segment that we like to call on CNN podcasts of pet peeves. Pet peeves. Pet peeves. Pet peeves. What's up? I love the recording of what's up?
What's up?
And the people listening that only listen have no idea what we're doing. Okay. And yeah, so here we are. So the pet peeve that I was thinking about for our listeners for our listeners that do listen to us quite a bit, we're music fans, right?
Yes, we are.
I think we're pretty much a music podcast.
I'm surprised that you haven't just stuck with the music.
I know, yeah. I mean, true. I mean, yeah. But I kind of had this pet peeve of releasing singles or singles of artists releasing singles in the intention of putting them on the album.
Okay.
Because, J. Cole kind of released, he released, False Prophets and another song that was, a single, and it never appeared on any album. They were just their own thing, which I respect that. Russ does that all the time. I was a Russ fan, now I'm really not. Ooh. Just because he's an asshole, bro. He's yeah, I did it by myself. Yeah, I'm cool, you're not cool, I don't need anybody. We get it. You're good at music and stuff, but we get it. We get it. Stop being a dick, whatever. But anyways, so I don't like singles in the intention of putting it on the album. Perfect examples that we talked about. Drake, who just released Scorpion.
Yes.
And Post Malone, who Beer Bongs and Bentleys, which is such a good album title, but Stoney blew it out of the water.
Yeah, true.
The first Post Malone's first album was way better than this one. No argument. If you say that Beer Bongs and Bentleys is better than Stoney, you're an idiot. It's as simple as that. So Drake. Three singles. So the three singles: God's Plan, I'm Upset. Well, what was the right order? God's Plan, Nice for What, I'm Upset. I Told You How I Felt About I'm Upset. Horrible single. That song just sucks. It's not good. It's not good. But God's Plan and Nice for What, two bangers, absolute bangers. I respect the single grind of you're trying to make your money, but why does Drake release a single? We know who he is. We're not just gonna be oh my god, who's this new artist named Drake? No, we know who you are. So why are you messing around? Because can you imagine, the point that I'm getting at is can you imagine if he never released God's Plan and Nice for What, and he only released it on the album? People would be freaking out right now. Still just bang. I think it would be a bigger song now than what it is already if he never released it. Obviously it exploded in the clubs now, but we need that during the summertime. He released that 2 months ago?
I believe so.
And then same with Post Malone. Mm-hmm. He Psycho and Rockstar. Yeah. Rockstar came out during the Winter Olympics. I know that for a fact, before the Winter Olympics, because Shaun White posted a picture on his Instagram after he won the gold medal, and he posted a picture with Post Malone, and he said the caption on the photo was like both of them like together smiling, whatever, and the caption on the song or the caption on the Instagram was, when you tell him that I was listening to Rockstar on my headphones during my gold. And so he was listening to Rockstar. So that's how I know, like, when Rockstar came out, it was before the Winter Olympics, so whenever that was, February?
Yeah.
And he just released this out, like, released album like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine if Rockstar and Psycho were just on the album? Like, I would be listening to Scorpion and Beer Bongs and Bentley, like, on repeat all day long. I don't know,
it loses its flavor. Doesn't really give the album what it could potentially have, because it just leaves that gap.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I heard the song next.
Exactly. So you don't like, because like I know me especially, but like I feel like you're the same way too. Like when I listen to albums, I want to listen to it all the way through and like give it for what it is. And if I've already listened to a song fucking 40 billion times when I'm in the club or like at a bar, God's playing, like I'm just gonna skip over that and go to the next song. Like I'm always gonna skip I'm Upset, but like, but you know what I mean? Like, just bring me back some like good projects. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just being pet peeves are just bitching, but like
straight bitching
is what it is. So. Yeah, so we have kind of back to topic of oh my god, back to topic of wipeouts.
Wipeouts, baby.
Do you have any more?
Oh yes, I do. Let me pull up this one. I think you were there for this incident.
I was. I lived this moment.
So we're longboarding.
Wow,
just having a chilling old time.
This is like
boarding.
You and longboarding really don't.
Me and boarding don't mix very well. I've had many injuries, and I'm gonna get into this story. You're gonna find out how I've broken bones.
You broke a bone because of this? Yeah, I don't remember that.
So, anyways, Dallin got a new longboard. I'm like, oh shit, dude, let me ride it. So I was like, all right, ride it down this hill.
Okay, is Dallin not trying to like throw Dallin underneath the bus, but at this point was Dallin very good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dallin was decent. I mean, Dallin and
because who started it? You started it first, or
Cedar and Dallin started at the same time.
So they were better than you then.
Yes.
Okay.
They've ridden more, and then I finally got a longboard, and so I was able to practice by myself. So yeah, and then we got just to see who all was there. It was Cedar, Dallin, myself, you, Denver, and Mitch, I believe.
Yeah, dude, we had a little squad.
We did.
Was I longboarding?
You're longboarding, skateboarding, or did we have some bikers there too? I can't remember.
I think no, I was longboarding. I was for sure, and I think that might have been the first time I think that was my first longboarding ride ever.
Okay.
And I don't think I've ever gone on one since because I don't have a longboard.
All right. But yeah, we were all just chilling. We had GoPro on Cedar's or Dallin's helmet. So Cedar's gonna ride down with me and get some film. I was wearing short shorts and a t-shirt.
Summer day.
Obviously. Hot.
Chilling with the boys. Probably a Saturday.
Yeah. I think it was actually a Wednesday.
Or that too, whatever.
So I get to the top of this hill. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna go too fast, but fast enough.
Okay, let's talk about this hill though.
Okay, so yeah, this hill, in between, so it's over by the Sailorville Marina, if you know where that is, just outside of Polk City. Due north or south? No, south. Due south. Sorry, I'm not a major in geographics.
The world. Yeah.
So
living.
There's a trail that's right behind the Sailorville Marina, Neil Smith Trail. It goes downhill, clears out straight by the lake, and then goes up and winds up to Cherry Glen. So I'm coming down the windy part by Cherry Glen. And I gave myself at least 3 pushes, I believe. And so I do the first couple turns pretty good.
And this is like a hill. This is like, don't mess around. This is like, for sure, to do anything. Like, to ride your bike up that would suck. Like,
there's a good decline.
Yes.
And good incline if you're going the opposite way.
Yes.
So I literally had to walk up half of it because fuck boarding all the way up that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I get to, like, the last turn until it goes flat. And I was afraid of wheel bite because it's a new board. And Dallin told me to be aware of that. So I don't turn quite as fast as I should have. Board goes into the gravel, slips out from under me. I go and land straight on my thumb. And then I literally just, like, kind of skidded a little bit on my leg because I was wearing short shorts. I didn't want to get super burnt up from the cement. So then I'm like, fuck. And so I get up, and then Cedar's like, Chris, move! I'm like, shit! So I had to jump out real quick. Cedar goes and hits...
Yeah.
I think he hits the cement, or he does something, and he fucking biffs it.
You guys both eat shit, dude.
I literally think Cedar got worse injuries than I did, and I broke my thumb.
Yeah.
But, like, he was all beat up and shit.
Were you guys, like, coming around a corner, or what?
Yeah, we were coming around a corner, and so then I kind of biffed it, and then he kept going and then biffed it. And luckily he didn't run into me, or that would have been worse. And we got it all on film. I think Dallin, shout out to you if you're listening or watching. Gonna have to whip that out, put it on YouTube.
For sure.
But yeah, so I remember just being like, well, fucking shit, my thumb hurts. I'm sorry, Cedar, I feel like a douche because I made you crash.
Yeah, for sure.
And I took Cedar back to Ames that night. And before we did any of that, I was like doing push-ups before I drove away because I wanted to make sure I didn't break anything. I was like, nah, it shouldn't be broken. It just hurts really bad.
Yeah.
Drove Cedar home all the way. I was kind of messing with it. And I was like, well, it doesn't feel broken. It just hurts. Next day, swollen as fuck. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the doctor.
I do remember that now. I do remember that.
Well, you broke your thumb. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Did you get speed wobbles?
I did not get speed wobbles, actually.
I think that, when you were telling this story, I think that is the scariest feeling in the... I don't care. You name anything else, it will not beat speed wobbles for the level of scariness. Like, that feeling is, like, just the most feeling of out of control. Like, and there's, like, you can't... Like, I don't care who the fuck you are. You can't recover from speed wobbles. You can, but, like, you never, like, dude, speed wobbles are just...
They're fucking scary, dude. Sometimes you just gotta squat and try to hope for the best.
Yeah, you literally are just hoping that you stop speed wobbles. Like, I remember that. I was far away, but, like, you could still see that it wasn't, like, a joke impact. Like, it was, like, a real life accident for sure. So, man, us in, like, boarding doesn't really get... Because, like, my next wipeout is when I was... This was, like, the same time that it was right about the beginning that I started snowboarding. And we're at my buddy's place in Carlisle, just, like, north of town, whatever, at his house. And he had a pretty good sized hill in his backyard, and he had a ramp set up, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm a snowboarder, blah blah blah, you know, being Joe cool, and but didn't really know how to carve or like slow down or anything, so it was just like, you know, bomb this fucking hill and hit this ramp, and just being stupid kids. And like, if you've ever snowboarded before and you like know what you're doing, like, you know that when you're a beginner snowboarder where you don't slow down, like, you don't carve or like do anything, and you hit a ramp, you're just gonna biff it. And that's exactly what happened. Like, I went off the ramp all the way down the hill, just like bombed it, went off this ramp, and there's probably ice. I don't remember this story that well, just because it wasn't like horrible, and it was a long time ago. But came down this hill, and like when I went off the ramp, just everything came from underneath me, and like I was like flying on my back, and when I landed straight on my elbow. Like, I thought like I dislocated my elbow or something like that. It got like super swollen, and like just super swollen. Probably it was like 3 times the size of my actual elbow, and like purple and all the colors, but nothing came out of it. But I think I can still like crack my elbow sometimes because of it and stuff. Just like weird. Like, ever since I broke my finger one time. It wasn't a wipeout sometimes, but like I can still crack my finger like no other, like all the time, just because like, I don't know, it's still kind of fucked up, I guess. I don't think you ever get back to like 100%.
No, probably don't, because my wrist still hurts when I broke it.
Yeah. And then, okay, so then my other, like, crazy story, the most accurate description I can give you is that I was riding a tricycle.
Yeah.
It's I have no idea what this product was called, but it was like a scooter type thing, and a wheel in the front and 2 wheels in the back, just like a whatever. And you would put your feet, you had 2 handlebars, and you would have your feet, sorry for the people listening of me explaining this, but the people watching, you would like have your feet, and you would move your hands like, and twist your hips and stuff to like pick up speed, and you would pick up speed, and you could like start drifting and stuff, like doing corners and stuff. And I was riding this, and I was like going at a pretty good speed, and my hometown, like our neighborhood street, like there's so many cracks in it, so you just gotta like watch out, whatever. And I was just being an idiot, like, you know, going super fast, whatever. And I hit a crack, landed straight on my tooth, pretty much. They found my tooth and stuff, but I chipped my tooth, like, pretty much, like, halfway across. Had to, like, get a filling and stuff. I didn't have to get, a root canal? Is that what they call it when they, like, put a fake tooth? I didn't have to get one of that, but, like, I think I will have to eventually because of that accident. Because, like, once you fuck up your tooth, like, you got to be... Like, teeth suck, and they just hurt. But, yeah, that was, like, a traumatic event for me, just because, like, you knock out a tooth, like, what the heck?
Anything with the face hurts or mouth hurts. Yeah, for sure. I fell from a playground when I was 3, and it fucked up my jaw for the rest of my life.
Damn, really?
Mm-hmm. It's a little off.
No shit.
I had to get surgery. I don't remember any of it, though. I just remember falling. That's it.
Don't remember having surgery?
Don't remember having surgery.
Because how old were you?
I was probably 3, 4.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Blood was everywhere, apparently.
Damn. I don't like... Being a child's weird.
It is.
Like, I feel like you obviously don't remember when you were a baby, obviously, but, like, when do you like, what is, like, your first memory?
Yeah. Ever since that fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird. You kind of just, like, are there all of a sudden.
I think, I want to say mine's when I was 3, and I thought down was a bush.
You thought Dallin was a bush?
Yeah. I was riding my bike, and all of a sudden a bush was like, sup? I'm like, what? A little bit farther. Oh, look, it's a kid behind a bush. Somebody thought he was a bush, and then I rode a little bit farther. I was like, oh. This is just like in the Bible.
What the?
In the burning bush.
I think now that we're on, I think my first bro, I don't even know what my first memory is.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's you just kind of like there all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. It's weird. All right, so back to
back to Wipeouts.
The last Wipeout of the night, I would say.
Let me take it away, baby.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Colorado, Crested Butte.
Full
circle.
For the people that are watching.
Let him just elevate real quick. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
If only you're watching this instead of just listening.
Yeah, too bad, listeners. But listeners, currently I am wearing a Crested Butte, Colorado t-shirt, and that's a coincidence. We did not plan that at all. But I just happened to be wearing a Crested Butte, Colorado t-shirt.
Well, hell yeah.
And this is where this last Wipeout took place.
So, first time ever in Colorado, boarding on a mountain. I'm what's back of the pack? Kind of.
Yeah.
I'm the caboose. How about that?
Caboose. There we go.
I'm coming down the hill.
This is was it the first day?
First day, baby.
First day, and like close to the first run.
Mm-hmm. I think it was the first run actually, because I was still kind of getting used to it.
It could have been.
So.
And you're doing good. You're doing good.
I was doing decent. It's been a while. I was a little rusty, but I was getting used to it. I'm coming up to the boys. They're all just chilling there with their GoPros.
I gotta find this footage as well. Yeah.
So here I come. I'm like, all right. I'm just gonna stop right in front of them. I come up like on this hill that they're sitting on. All of a sudden, my board dips into the snow. I do a front flip and land it on my ass right in front of them. I was like, ta-da! I'm here.
Yeah, and like it was wild because it was like not even a bad wipeout at all, just an awesome wipeout. Just because like we were all just like it was my first time in Colorado, but I've been snowboarding for like 3 or 4 years at this point, so I was like ready. But you've only snowboarded like what, twice before going to Colorado? Twice or 3 times? So, and we're all chilling and like I always explain to people like, yeah, Colorado's intimidating at first, and you can attest to this, and obviously anybody can attest to this. But like especially for how new you were, like we were there for 4 days, right?
Yeah.
By the 4th day, you were riding with us, like, just perfectly fine. Like, yeah, learning in Iowa or, like, learning in, like, a place that doesn't really have mountains obviously does you, like, a lot of good. Like, you learn the sport, you learn, like, the basics of what you need to do. But, like, when you go to Colorado, like, you literally are forced to learn the ways because, like, if you're athletic enough, like, you'll learn. Like, and then once you get it just becomes second nature and you're just good to go. Yeah. But yeah, that wipeout was so funny. We were all just chilling there and like waiting for you. And then all of a sudden, Chris just hits his peak and then does a flip and lands. The best part is like, you didn't get hurt. That was the best part is like, you were just like, yeah, I meant to do that. And you were just sitting on your ass and then we were on our jolly way. I don't know. It was good, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much think that wraps it up, guys. Dude. I mean, episode 17 in the books. Put that to the bank. That's not a saying, but
take it to the bank.
Yeah, take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. Not put that in the bank. Take it to the bank. Yeah. I mean, as always, keep listening. We appreciate it. It's fun to see more viewers. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm Nolan Miller, and
I'm Chris Sims, baby. Keep listening. Give us feedback. Don't give us feedback. Multiple platforms to listen on. Yeah, you do you, boo.
We're here.
We're
out here officially. All right. Well, signing off. I'm Nolan Miller.
I'm Chris Sims again.
Peace.
Deuces.